Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this New Year's Day matchup. It's the Dolphins and the Bengals, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 22.
Whiteout conditions throughout the Great Plains sure made travel difficult, but we're still expecting a full house at Power Field at Mile High here in Denver. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, there's a youth revolution at the quarterback position in the NFL in recent years. And to prove it, we've got a couple of second-year quarterbacks about ready to square off here. Tua Tagovailoa of the Dolphins, Joe Burrow of the Bengals.
And I think both of these franchises saw glimpses of the future last year. Both of these guys, I thought, really acquitted themselves well as rookies. They were both eager to learn, both eager to get out and play. And I think getting reps early in your time in the NFL can really jumpstart your career. And I think that's happened with both of these guys.
And off we go from Denver. This is Jakeem Grant. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And for all the collegiate success he had, highest passer efficiency rating by a mile, he's a guy who's had his share of detractors at the professional level, but I do like his poise, I do like his moxie, and I love his accuracy.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
Tua's throw here taken in by Parker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Tua. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it. Sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 22, Burrow got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Hooking up here with Trent Taylor. And out across midfield down to the 45.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. And down inside the 15 he goes.
looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Joe Mixon. He showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get left.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are going to take a 1st quarter lead. Evan McPherson for the extra point. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 1st downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. 2nd down and 8. Gaskin again on 2nd down. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
Tua sets up to pass it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. A really nice catch, but bottom line, that should have gone for more yardage.
Give him a pass in the flat that allows him to get upfield. There was plenty of distance between him and all the defenders. Actually cost himself some yardage there. Yeah, they got the completion, but it could have been so much more.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at we'll call it the 37-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now it's Burrow. And his throw is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Now he's flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble. And it's 2nd down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he is going to have the Bengals first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Touchdown! Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
McPherson now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. On 2nd and 10, Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. His throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Looking for Parker again, and this time he's got it. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. He'll get this out wide to Gaskin. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
2 and a throw again. Caught by Wilson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Tua, throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. Through the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
Here we go on 4th down. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. First foray into the red zone for Miami. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown. Well, there is a marker on the field. The celebration may be short-lived. Let's see. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and now it's 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this 1st half.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Wilson. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. A nice job of bringing that in, but why was he so close to the sideline there? They had all kinds of room in the flat.
A little bit of a lack of coordination between him and the quarterback, because both of them should have seen that room that was available, that space. Stop your route a little bit shorter, put it on him, and let him turn and get upfield.
Sanders' kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. Brandon Wilson to return it. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Miami, and they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half, and it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Snow looks like it's going to continue through this second half as we are back underway in Denver. Wilson now on the return. And he returns this to the 22. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is incomplete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area, and he just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
Second and 10. Burrow will throw. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Dolphin football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
7 yards to pick up there.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Meanwhile, Tua's throw taken in here by Fuller. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Caught, it's Wilson. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Myles Gaskin taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Dolphins have got it back to a one-score game. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
The two are going to try and throw for it, and this is going to be incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now it's Wilson. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, Mixon, and down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Bad news, they didn't get it on 2nd down. The good news is they still only need about 3 or 4 inches here on 3rd.
And the good play callers have looked at both situations. They thought to themselves, okay, this call, I pick up the first down, already ready with that call. If I don't, this is what I'm going to come back with in order to pick it up.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
And I think they're defensively, they were so intent on stopping the run that they kind of got caught off the position. This is just a simple pitch and catch for a first down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. On the delay, it's Mixon. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Burrow. Got a man open, it's Chase. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. They'll run on first down. Mixon, and they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Again, it's Mixon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. Here's Gaskin. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left them no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to pass, Tua. Flush to his right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here. 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. The solid stiff arm. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll run with Mixon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Open man is Uzomah. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
1st down, here's Burrow. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Burrow looking to pass. That's caught by his tight end Uzomah. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Mixon. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be fourth down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
McPherson's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. Here comes Grant on the return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So Tua and the Dolphins down by 8. A minute 50 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Tagovailoa over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. Tua to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Trying to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now Tua. Able to connect with Fuller. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long? Tua. And this one is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? Here's Tua. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. And a really unbelievable play there on fourth and long. So on fourth down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation.
And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
And And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. Everything was riding on that two-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Burrow. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And it's 3rd and short. To throw, Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man, complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. So all eyes now locked on Evan McPherson. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So all eyes now locked on Evan McPherson. This a long one in the elements here in the snow. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Nothing easy about that one in these elements in the snow, but he's able to put it home in what looks to be the game winner.
And you know, I had problems with the footing just walking from the bus to the stadium. I can't imagine being called to kicking this stuff with the game on the line. But he appeared to have zero issues whatsoever.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season?
Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.